Hello children, myself Divya Sharma from Shivjyoti Educational Group Kota. Today we will be reading chapter 7 of English text, that is the 7 Snowmen. So take out your books, Gulmohar Language for Life. Chapter number 7, the 7 Snowmen, page number 57. Now children, it's a fiction story. Fiction means imaginative writing, and it's an adventure wherein 7 people including the children went for a trek in Uttarakhand, and due to the sudden change in weather, what difficulties they face, we are going to read in this chapter. The characters of the story are Jia, who is an 11-year-old young girl, her father Hitesh, brothers Akhilesh and Dinesh, the dhaba owner Shivcharan and his 2 children Alka and Om. 11-year-old Jia, her father Hitesh and his brothers Akhilesh and Dinesh are on a trek in the hills of Uttarakhand. Trekking is a long journey, okay? They went for a trek in the hills of Uttarakhand. The weather changes suddenly and their way gets blocked by the snow. Now due to sudden change of the weather, it started snowing, so it blocked their way. They are unable to go back and take shelter in the house of a dhaba owner named Shivcharan. Now there was a dhaba owner whose name was Shivcharan, and they went back to take shelter in his house. Shivcharan and his 2 children Om and Alka are also trapped because of the heavy snowfall. Now Shivcharan's 2 children named Om and Alka, they were also stuck, trapped over here. This is your new word also, you can underline. Trapped means stuck. They were also stuck in the heavy snowfall. Everyone sleeps on mattresses on the floor in the basement of Shivcharan's dhaba. The next morning, everyone was still in the basement when they heard a loud rumbling noise. Now another new word, rumbling. Rumbling is a loud sound of thunder. They heard a sound of thunder. Akhilesh opened the trap door and the others followed him. Now there was a trap door which led to the basement's room. But the front door would not open, the snow had blocked it from outside. The front door could not be opened as the snow blocked it from outside. Shivcharan pulled open a window and jumped out, and then Jia saw it. A helicopter disappearing into the horizon. They waved, shouted, screamed and ran till their feet got stuck in the snow. But it was too late. Now Jia saw a helicopter which was disappeared. They missed the helicopter which was disappeared into the horizon. Okay, now they waved, showed their hand movements, they shouted, they screamed and ran till their feet got stuck in the snow, but they could not be rescued as the helicopter disappeared. For the first time in 2 days, the group felt hopeless. Now it was 2 days. They were stuck for 2 days and they were very sad now that nothing good could be happened. Till now they had been hopeful that they would be rescued soon. Rescued means saved. But they had missed their chance. The men decided to take turns waiting outside the house if the helicopter came looking for them again. Now they all decided that they will take turns and they will sit outside and wait for the helicopter. Now they had a difficult time. The sun refused to come out. It continued to snow and they had to clear it from the front of the house every now and then. It was continuously snowing and they had to clean the snow every now and then, again and again. The men suffered from cold and stiff joints. Another new word, suffered. Suffered means pain. Due to extreme cold, their joints had become stiff, so they were feeling pain. The children tried to help them out in small ways by making tea, chopping vegetables and tidying up the basement. Now children were helping the elder people in small ways, like they were making tea, chopping down the vegetables and cleaning the basement. It was day 4. There was still no sign of any rescue team and the road was still blocked. Why don't you children go out and play? It hasn't snowed since last night and the sky looks very clear this morning, said Jia's father. Now Jia's father said that why don't you all children go out and play? It has not snowed since last night, so you all can enjoy and play outside. out in the snow. Om and Alka showed Jia how to pack the snow as if making laddus, then add more snow to make a big round ball. But it was too cold for them to throw snowballs at each other. Om and Alka threw them up in the air instead and watched in delight, and they crashed to the ground. Jia continued to pack the snow and made a big snowball. Here you have two new words, watch, that means to look or observe, crashed, to hit. Now they started making snowballs, and instead of throwing at each other, because it was too cold, so it was difficult for them to hit each other with snowballs. So they decided to make snowmen. Let's make a snowman, said Jia. This time Jia rolled another, slightly smaller snowball and placed it on the first. Then she made a smaller one for the head. She used pebbles for the eyes, a twig for the nose, and shaped a smile with little stones. Now they started making a snowman, and what things they used? She used pebbles for the eyes, twig is a thin tiny branch for the nose, and shaped a smile with little stones. Our own snowman, announced Jia, and the children clapped and laughed. Now they were making snowmen and they were very happy, and they started clapping. The 4 men also joined them and started to build their own. Soon 7 snowmen of different sizes stood in a semicircle. Now all of them, children and the elder people, they started making snowmen. Clapped is another new word which you have to underline. The snowmen looked smart with their different hats, woolen caps, cracked buckets, and an upturned vegetable basket placed on their heads. Now how did they decorated their snowman? By making it wear woolen caps, cracked buckets they used, and they used upturned vegetable baskets which were placed on their head. Everyone was tired by now. After a hearty lunch, hearty means in large amount, they had proper food, they decided to take some rest, except for poor Dinesh, whose turn it was to be outdoors. Now it was Dinesh's turn to remain outside to look for the rescue team. Dinesh Chacha, why don't you also take a nap? Nap is a short sleep. I'll sit inside near the window. The snowmen will keep me company, said Jia. Jia's father was the first to hear the whirring sound. Whirring is a vibrating sound. He woke the others up and they all rushed. Rushed means to run hurriedly, quickly. This is another new word which you have to underline. Out of the trapdoor. Jia had curled up near the window in deep sleep. Curled up means when your position, arms and legs are in a position, you hold yourself close to your body, okay? Not again, Dinesh thought. The helicopter was flying away from them. Jia woke up too and went outside. Everyone was staring at the empty sky. Now, they were going to miss the helicopter this time also, and everyone was looking at the empty sky. Hello, said a stranger's voice behind her and made her jump. She was frightened due to the voice and she jumped. She turned around. It can't be true, she thought. But between the snowmen were the 3 soldiers from the Indian Army. Soldiers is another new word which you have to underline. Now, this voice of the Indian Army soldiers. This was the rescue team looking for 7 people. Now, this was the rescue team. They had been flying above the mountains when they spotted the snowmen. Could they be the 7 missing people? They had come to look. Yes. After they found them, the helicopter soon returned and lifted them up with the help of cables. Now, when they came to know that these were the 7 missing people they were looking for, they quickly rescued them. It is an excerpt from Little Indian Stories from Across the Country by Pika Nani. Excerpt is a short extract which is taken from a text. This was the explanation of the chapter. Now I will discuss the word meanings. Now we are going to mark word meanings. So take out page number 57. Here is your first word meaning, that is trek a long journey on foot. Your second word meaning is rescued, which means saved. Now page number 58. You have your third word meaning, that is pebbles, small smooth stones usually found near a river. Next page, page number 59, you have your fourth word meaning cables, that means very strong thick ropes or wires. So there are four word meanings which you have to mark. Children, now I will discuss copy work with you all. Before starting the notebook work, you will first draw red margins. You will mention lesson number 11, the heading of the chapter, the 7 snowmen, then you will underline the headings, then you will write down new words, underline it with red margin. So your first word is trapped. I told you trapped means got stuck. Rumbling is a loud noise of thunder. Third word is suffered, which means pain. Fourth word is watched, that means to look or observe. Crashed, to break. Sixth word is clapped. Seventh word is rushed, that means to move quickly. Eighth word is soldiers. So you have 8 new words. Now we will discuss word meanings. Your first word meaning is trek, that is a long journey on foot. Second word meaning is rescued, that means saved. Third word is pebbles, small smooth stones. Fourth word is cables, that means thick strong metal ropes. Now we will discuss question answers. Answer the following. You will give the heading and draw red margin. Question number 1, why did the 7 people feel hopeless? They missed the chance to get rescued, therefore they felt hopeless. Now why the 7 people were so sad? Because they missed the chance of being rescued, so they were very hopeless. Question number 2 is, how did Jia make a snowman? Jia made a snowman by using snowballs, pebbles and a twig. Now what things Jia used to make a snowman? She used snowballs, pebbles and a twig. Twig, I told you, these are tiny small branches. Now question number 3, what happened on the 4th day? 3 soldiers from the Indian army rescued all the 7 people on the 4th day. On the 4th day, army men came and rescued all the people who got stuck in the weather. Why did the men suffer? The men suffered because of cold and snow. As it was extremely cold due to continuous snowing, so all the men suffered because of cold and snow. Now you have who said to whom. Our own snowman. Jia said to Om and Alka. Second, why don't you also take a nap? Jia said to Dinesh. Now I will discuss make sentences. Your first word is blocked. The buildings blocked the sunlight. You will underline the word for which you have to make sentence. So over here you will underline blocked with red margin. Second word is screamed, that means to shout. I screamed aloud for help. You will underline over here screamed. Third word is refused. Refused means to say no. Sheetal refused to go to the doctor. You will underline refused. Fourth word is hopeless. We should never be hopeless. Hopeless means sad. You will over here underline hopeless. This was all about the copy work, children. Do it very neatly. Read the chapter once again and do your notebook work very beautifully. Thank you.